Published 0856 EDT, the 2nd of November 2017. Updated 12/28 EDT, the 2nd of November 2017. Daryll Rowe, 27, pictured last week, insisted alternative therapies were better to treat the virus rather than prescribed antiretroviral drugs. Said downed urine every day. A hairdresser accused of deliberately infecting a string of lovers with HIV thought he had cured himself by drinking his own urine throughout the day, a court heard today. Daryll Rowe, 27, insisted alternative therapies were better to treat the virus and read that taking prescribed antiretroviral treatment would stop his urine killing it. Rowe didn't like taking prescription drugs and was into health living, and after being diagnosed with HIV read about natural therapies that can help cure the virus, including drinking urine. Today he told Lewis Crown Court, "I thought I'd cured myself. I felt a lot better than I did before." He also told the jury he also used coconut nut oil, apple cider vinegar and olive leaf extract to treat genital warts and herpes. The 27-year-old, originally from Edinburgh, allegedly had with at least 10 men he met on the gay dating app Grindr after being diagnosed as HIV positive. He is on trial charged with deliberately infecting 5 men with HIV and attempting to infect a further 5 men with the virus. He denies the charges. Rowe told the court he had unprotected while in Brighton because he thought he had cured himself of the virus. Breaking down in tears, Rowe told the court he had unprotected while in Brighton because he thought he had cured himself. Fighting back tears, he said he thought he had cured himself through natural therapies and denied purposely trying to infect gay men he met on Grindr. Asked by Felicity Jerry QC, defending whether he had intended to infect any of the alleged victims with HIV, he said never. Never. I never had it in my mind before, during or after the we had that I wanted to pass on HIV, he said. When he was living in Scotland he had suffered painful, swollen glands, but they had gone down and he felt much healthier. Rowe told the court he was fostered as a child and came out as gay when he was 15 years old. He told the court he became vegetarian when he was 18 and became interested in health eating, and when he was diagnosed with HIV in April 2015 he decided not to take antiretroviral treatment. He told the court, "Before I was diagnosed I was doing the urine therapy and had read up on the cure. When I got the diagnosis I thought I was going to cure myself." He said the websites he was looking at had a section on how to cure HIV with urine therapy. Rowe, who was diagnosed with HIV in 2015, is charged with infecting 5 men with HIV and attempting to infect a further 5 with the virus. The hairdresser said it told you that taking antiretrovirals could cause damage to your body because you were repeatedly taking medication, and heard urine therapy was very beneficial to health. Felicity Jerry QC asked him why urine therapy was beneficial to the health of someone who is HIV positive. Rowe said the main part is to drink your urine in the morning before anything else, and it's supposed to have the most antibodies in and that sort of stuff. When I found out I was positive I went quite heavily into it. He said that after he moved from Edinburgh to Brighton he would drink his own urine throughout the day. Rowe said he looked into other natural antiviral drugs and also took oregano oil and olive leaf extract. He told the court he believed in star signs and was a strong Librian, which indicated he was balanced and into relationships. On his Grindr profile he described himself as a vegan hippie and believed in love, light and positivity. The court heard that days after having with a number of men, Rowe goaded them by telling them he had HIV. Asked by Miss Jerry QC whether he had intended to infect alleged victims with HIV, Rowe said no. He said he preferred unprotected with partners, but he denied deliberately tearing a condom. Rowe told the court none of the alleged victims asked if he was HIV negative or clean before they had. Earlier in the trial the jury was told Rowe had been diagnosed with HIV while he was still living in Edinburgh in April 2015 after a UAL health clinic contacted him to tell him a former partner was infected. Doctors found he was coping well with his diagnosis but were concerned when he refused vaccination for common illnesses HIV-positive patients are susceptible to, such as pneumonia. They were also worried when he refused antiretroviral drugs to slow the development of the virus and make him less contagious. Jurors heard The court heard that the 5 men Rowe is accused of infecting with HIV all had very similar strains to the one Rowe was infected with, making it highly likely that he was the source of the virus. Under cross-examination, Rowe said he thought drinking his own urine was a viable therapy for HIV. Caroline Carberry QC, prosecuting, asked, "You thought drinking your own urine had cured you of HIV?" Rowe replied, "Yes." Asked which doctor had tested him after his arrival in Brighton and confirmed he was clear of the virus, Rowe said, "If you're talking about a test from a doctor, there was no proof of that. In my mindset was I was cured." Asked what tests had been carried out, Rowe replied, "No tests." He said, "I was very embarrassed about talking about drinking my own urine because it is quite taboo." Miss Carberry said, "It's rubbish, isn't it, Mr. Rowe?" He replied, "I didn't believe it was rubbish at the time." Daryll Rowe arriving at Lewes Crown Court, where he is accused of deliberately infecting 10 lovers with HIV. Miss Carberry said natural therapies were not something he adhered to all the time because he had previously taken antibiotics to treat gonorrhea just some months earlier. Asked why he didn't take prescription drugs for HIV just months after he was cured of venereal disease, he said, "I was looking at a cure. Urine therapy was going to cure it." He said there was a lot which said the antiretroviral drugs made you worse and killed you quicker. He replied, "I trusted everything I read. There were blogs and videos on YouTube. I thought, why would people be doing this if there wasn't something to it?" He denied knowing that if he put other people at risk of contracting HIV, then he could be prosecuted. The court heard after he was diagnosed. Rowe visited UAL Health Clinic, the Chalmers Centre to Edinburgh. Rowe was asked why he didn't heed the advice of 3 medical practitioners he was in contact with. While there, the jury was told he received expert advice on the virus and warned that if he put other people at risk of contracting HIV, then he could be prosecuted. He said, "I don't remember that. I don't remember the advice." Asked why he did not tell doctors he didn't want to take antiretroviral drugs because he was undertaking natural therapies, he said, "Because I was too embarrassed to tell her about the urine therapy because I thought it was curing me and stopping transmission. I did not trust the doctors and what they were telling me." He was asked whether he was angry at getting the HIV. "I wasn't angry. I knew in my head I could cure it. I thought I was partly responsible as well." Rowe denied being aggressive towards the first alleged victim after he declined to meet him again. But he admitted being nasty by text message for telling him he was FKED in the head. In one text message, Rowe said, "You may have the fever 'cause I have HIV, lol." He told the court, "They are horrible, they are nasty, but they don't reflect me as a person. They were sent in heat of the moment." In another he said, "Ugly FK, you'll be alone forever. You've got a weird, creepy face anyways." Later, when the alleged victim tested positive, he sent an earlier all-clear HIV test to Rowe. He said, "I didn't want him to know what he had done to me." But Rowe texted back, said, "Not even been 3 months. Don't break out the party just yet, loser. Ha ha." Miss Carberry said, "This was the start of your campaign in Brighton." She said the texts proved that he knew he was HIV positive, but also that he was taking great delight in taunting his victim. The trial, which is due to last 6 weeks, continues. Sorry, we are not currently accepting comments on this article.